It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
And welcome back to another episode of the Pink and Max podcast. This is episode 10. We've made episode 10. Week 10. 10 consecutive weeks. Yes, we did it. Week
Great
10
accomplishment.
Week 10 of the NFL season. We're not really going to talk about the NFL that much today.
No, we're not.
We're going to touch a little bit on it. A lot of today is going to be mainly about the NBA. But Trey, I haven't asked you to start a podcast like this. How are you doing, friend? I feel like that's a deep question. I feel like that's a loaded question.
No, I'm just playing. But I'm partially okay. I don't know how to really feel about Jackson Dart getting a concussion. As much as I was upset about it, I'm not really mad towards any coaching staff for that because that's his doing. Like, if you're gonna run the ball, we gotta slide. He did it a lot. Now, what I will give him in that game, sometimes unfortunate situations happen. Where that one was just an unfortunate situation. He was sliding a lot throughout that game. The one time he didn't slide, it wasn't because he didn't try to slide. The ball popped up, and he had to get the ball back. It was just an unfortunate situation. Yeah. But that just seems like what all Giants injuries are going on to right now, and I'm just going to have to live with it this season. If he doesn't play for the rest of the season, I might not watch Giants football for a minute. I'm going to watch it just because I'm a diehard fan, but I'm going to watch very little and not care if they win or lose.
So, really quick, I have a question. Do you think the season's already done?
The season's done.
Is it even worth putting Dart in? Should you just leave Russell Wilson in for the rest of the season?
I think it's worth putting Dart in just to let him finish out his experience because the rest of the teams that we go against this year are competitive, hard teams. And think about it, the way that next year is going to go by, you're not going to get a harder schedule than this year.
No, I agree.
You're going to get a frankly easy schedule. So you want him to go through the growing pains right now. So next year, because I don't think next year there will be no sophomore slump because I think a sophomore slump starts when you have a lot of success into the season, including winning.
Yeah.
There's not that much winning going on right now. So yeah. I don't think there's a sophomore slump. I think, if anything, this is his sophomore slump, and I think he's going to shoot off starting next year when he has a full roster.
Yeah, so we also got to bring this up. Brian Daboll recently got fired as of yesterday.
Yep.
Mike Kafka is going to take over head coaching duties as an interim head coach. What's going to happen this offseason? What's the head coach search going to look like? Joe Shane's probably going to be let go once the offseason starts. What are we looking at? Mike Kafka's going to stay for a while, or you think they're going to go right away to look for a new head coach?
Here's what I'm seeing personally. I think Mike Kafka's going to be gone after this year, and it's not because he gets fired. I think he's going to leave for a head coaching job because he's been talking about head coaching for a couple years now. Okay. So I think he's going to become a head coach, which is good for him. And I don't despise Mike Kafka. I've had some beef with him for the last couple of years, but I don't despise him. You know what I mean? He's the way that Mike Kafka is. Sometimes he could be a little conservative on the offensive game calling, but overall, he has some decent game calls, but I think we could get a better OC. You know what I mean? Defensive coordinator, he's gone. If he's not gone by the end of the year, I'm going to let it slide only because I understand you don't want your defense to play without a D coordinator and refresh anything, but he needs to be gone the minute that the offseason starts.
Joe Shane? What about Joe Shane? That's a whole other story.
Joe Shane needs to be gone. I'm not going to lie. Joe Shane needs to be gone because the decisions that have been made, his drafting has been decent. I won't say it's been awful. It's been decent. But also, what I will say towards that, I think any right GM in their right mind picked the people that he's picked. I think that's not just – I don't think that's just GMing. I think that's also your coaching staff initiating it. Without Brian Daboll, this is why I told you I personally think if you were going to fire them, Joe Shane should have been fired first. So you should have let Brian Daboll rock out for the end of the year. Because I think Brian Daboll has been a worse – not Brian Daboll. Joe Shane has been a worse person on this team, in this franchise, than Brian Daboll has. Just based off of, first of all, we wouldn't have Jackson Dart right now if it wasn't for Brian Daboll. We wouldn't. And Joe Shane would have been looking really stupid right now because he was going to take anybody but Jackson Dart. He would even probably take Dylan Gabriel over Jackson Dart, and that was sick.
Oh, my gosh. That's a whole other conversation we can have in a second.
Yeah, we can have that conversation in a second because I don't even understand the Browns how they're that delusional.
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
We're going to get into that. And then, but my personal take is I feel bad for Brian Daboll because I didn't despise him as a coach. I just don't think he had the team's focus. I don't think he had everybody in the locker room grouped up around him, like kind of, yo, like this is our guy, this is our coach. He's gonna work us hard. But you know who I do think would be a perfect fit for that in the offseason? And he's got me like, ready to run through the wall. You know what I mean?
Oh God. I'm curious who.
Everybody says, oh, I want this defense coordinator, I want this OC. I don't want an OC or a DC to become a first-year head coach coming to our team. That has never worked for us and never will work for us because they cannot handle the New York publicity. This is a new thing for them. Their first job should not be in New York. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. I feel like that's how it should be for every team. Even the Knicks, when Tom Thibodeau came, it was way better because guess what? The years before, we were getting young coaches. No, that's not you. You don't deserve this first job. This is too hard of a mantle for you to handle for your first job. I'm sorry. Who we need is a guy that's gonna expect the best from our players, not allow BS to happen on our team, and also back up our players and give them the utmost respect and make sure that he gets the best out of them. And you know who that is?
Talk to me.
That's John Gruden. And I think John Gruden should be the next New York Giants.
Is he allowed to coach?
He's cleared now.
Okay.
Because he suffered. And my thing is, I don't even think personally he should have been stopped coaching. I don't even think he should have stopped coaching from what all those things were that I heard. Those were all allegations, and I heard that he was falsely accused.
Okay.
If you're falsely accused, eventually you should go back to coaching, right? No, but you keep him suffering. And here's my one thing. When he was on those Raiders teams, what were the Raiders when he was on the Raiders?
The Raiders were good.
The Raiders were not just good. They were playoff good.
They were solid.
Were really good.
They were a solid team.
As bad as the team that they were because they're the Raiders, they were never.
They had Derek Carr leading at quarterback, and they were going to the playoffs. Yeah, so I definitely understand what you're saying.
Really good, you know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying.
And years before he went to the Raiders, who'd he play? Who'd he coach? The Bucks.
Yeah.
He won a Super Bowl. Why would we not take a chance on him right now?
No, that's fair.
You have a coach that's not only going to get the best out of your players, but expects the best out of your players. And the way that he feels about Dart right now, Dart probably feels the same way about him. And I think he leads this team to be coming back to playoff contention.
I'm not going to lie. I like that a lot. But rumors have been speculating that you guys are looking for more of a defensive-minded coach, like such as a D coordinator.
Yes,
that's the thing. I know what you're saying, and I actually agree. And I think Gruden would be great because if you look at New York in general, but between both the Giants and the Jets, they can't grab first-year head coaches from a coordinator standpoint and turn them into something.
But it's not just them. Think about it. It's all of New York.
Yeah, no.
Coach is prepared for that job.
I agree. So I get what you're saying, and I fully agree. It's the reports that I saw are completely different. They're looking for more of DC as first year.
Yeah, but everybody has their own
John
opinion.
Gruden. No. I'm saying like reports, not opinions, of reports.
No. I know. I'm saying like everybody has their reports on what, but at the end of the day, I don't think nobody's really hearing a lot from John Mara, honestly, because he's sick right now with cancer. He's battling cancer. So all the reports that people are hearing right now, I think he's just saying it just to be like, yeah, like this is what we're looking for.
I don't know, but I like John Gruden
playing with people right now.
I like John Gruden as a potential candidate. I think that would be great. I think that would be really good. Now you're talking about getting rid of Mike Kafka. So who would be the OC after that?
I think when it comes to the OC, I think you have to find a guy that has done it. And I think that right now, the OCs that are given that everybody's talking about we should get as head coaches, I don't know exactly. I'll have to relook at this and let you guys know next week. Let them all know next week. But some of the OCs that you're talking about that you want to be your head coach should be your OC. Because guess what? I think that any job right now in this franchise for the Giants right now, coming in the next year, nobody's going to pass on. You know why? I think I think nobody's going to pass on a job, including GM-wise, once Joe Shane gets fired. I think nobody will pass up on a job where you have a possible top 10 defense. No defense coordinator is passing on that kind of job. That defense is legit, especially once you get cornerbacks. That defense is legit. They're not passing up on a big three, a power of a big three with Cam Scadaboo, Jackson Dart, and Malik Neighbors. They're not passing up on that. And you probably have top 5 most cap in the NFL. That's amazing. And that's the one thing that Joe Shane has done positive. He saved up enough cap to prepare us for a moment like this where we got to go out and go spend now. I think that's the only reason why he would stay our GM, because he's prepared us for this moment. He's made sacrifices that are going to bring us to this moment. But now if he does stay GM, he has to show that sacrifice meant something. Giving up people like Saquon, Xavier McKinney, letting people like that go. Now that has to mean something. You have to. That doesn't mean just give up certain people. You have to pay the people that are rightfully needing to be paid. But I think that will help his job. But I think in this case scenario right now, I think this is a job that a lot of people would want. And you have a top 5 pick possibly. I think this is just a blessing for whoever wants to come and see this. I think all we need is a coach.
Yeah.
We just need a coach to put it together.
The New York Giants have a team.
They do.
They have a team.
They do.
They're struggling in the front office department. That's it.
No, that's
and
literally
this
it.
offseason could really determine what happens for next season. And on top of that, we talked
DC.
about this earlier. You guys this is a really rough schedule this year. So it was almost destined that you guys were going to struggle. No, I don't want to say fail. I don't want to say fail. But you guys were going to struggle.
I mean, like we weren't going to win games this year.
Yeah.
And there was going to be games that people thought we were going to win, but at the end of it, we lose. Like those 4 straight games where we were up top and we lost. Like everybody was upset. I was upset, but I wasn't saying like, oh, like this is this person's fault. There's a reason why these teams are playoff teams. We don't know how to win yet, and that's why you need a coach that knows how to win.
Yeah.
When you bring that winning culture in, and you're at the end of those games like, yo, I don't care who's playing, we gonna win this game. That's what you need. That's why you need like a John Gruden or somebody that's used to winning that expects to win. Not people that are so new to winning they don't know how to win. And no offense to Daves, but Daves didn't know how to win. After that first year, and Daniel Jones killed his confidence after that because I feel like he didn't know what to expect from him when he was in New York. Then he came here and he loves Dart, but now it's like when Dart's bring you to the promised land in these games, he's like, oh my God, like we're going to win. What you do? Coach, bro. This is your chance. Go win the game. Don't play scared.
Yeah. Let's move on from the Giants.
No, absolutely.
There's plenty to talk about with them. They have, I'm not going to lie to you, they have a bright future. I want to move on to the next New York team. I wasn't really going to talk about them, but I kind of have to because they are on a winning streak right now, 2-game winning streak.
The New York Knicks. No,
we're going to talk about the Knicks. The Knicks are on right now. Landry Shamet hit back-to-back threes actually to start the game. Laramie. All right, anyways, we're going to get to the Jets really quick. So they're on a 2-game winning streak right now. They're now 2-7. Going into week 11 of the NFL season, right? Week 11. I'm going to list some team stats off, and I want you to guess from this past Sunday, all right, between the Jets and the Browns, what stat that belongs to, like what team that stat belongs to. Ready? So, 278 total yards to 169. Who led?
The Jets.
The Browns.
Really? And is that total? You said total yards?
Total yards. Hold up.
Okay.
Passing yards. 120 to 42.
Passing yards?
Yeah.
120 to 42. That was the Browns.
That was the Browns. Rushing yards. 158 to
the Jets. Brees Hall had a game.
The Browns had more rushing yards.
Really?
Yards per play.
Brees Hall
4 yards. 4 yards per play to 3.6 yards per play. Who had more?
It had to be the Browns, I guess.
It was the Browns.
The Browns led in everything.
The Browns led in every major statistic from yard standpoint, okay? And they lost by 7 to the Jets. Justin Fields, you ready for this?
Why they lost by 7.
You ready for this? Justin Fields, oh, good old, the quarterback of the New York Jets, 54 yards. Dylan Gabriel had 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. Justin Fields had a pick and a touchdown, 6 for 11. This man, Fields, is terrified to throw the football, and it makes zero sense to me. Yes, no shit you could have told me that. Anybody can tell me that. I tell myself that 6 inches in front of the mirror. The fact that we can win this game because of Brees Hall, because he had 83 rushing yards off 21 carries, mind you, okay? Quinshon Judkins had the same exact game, basically, 22 off 75 yards, all right? Here's another issue. Why is Brees Hall our leading receiver?
Well, you know why, bro. Garrett Wilson got hurt.
Brees Hall is our leading receiver. He had 1 catch.
Garrett Wilson got hurt, bro. After that, you don't got nobody else.
This team, all right.
You got you got AD Mitchell now.
I'm not talking about that.
But he's getting fun to the offense. Now you got to get to second.
Listen, this team, the New York Jets, yeah, they've won 2 games. Cool, whoop-de-doo. All right. I don't want this to I don't want this to fool anybody. This doesn't mean anything. All right. If anything, actually, I'm glad they're starting to understand how to win games, because I could care less for draft picks. I explained this last week after we traded away Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, that the Jets having draft picks doesn't mean anything because they're not going to do much with them in their future. They're just basically going to fail their careers.
Bro, I don't know how to feel about the Quentin one yet because we haven't seen him play. I don't know how to feel about that one. We'll see how that one is in the long run, but I still think the Sauce Gardner one was valid. You got 2 first-round picks for a guy that they think is a franchise corner, and he was getting smoked by Drake London all day.
Sauce Gardner had a good game. Look at his stats. You should actually check it out because I actually did some research on it. He actually did have a good game.
Yeah, a good game.
You should. Yeah, and he wasn't getting smoked. He had a good game.
He
got smoked off that one route.
The only reason why I say that is, bro, is because when you trade 2 first-round picks for a guy, I understand it's the beginning.
I understand what you're saying there.
I'm just saying, like, this is the narrative, bro. Like,
I get that.
All-pro corner, we strap stuff up all game. You feel me?
I get that. But he was actually doing his thing, and he, good for him.
Yeah.
He's
gonna do his thing for the rest of the year, bro. They're not going to get the Colts. This is a good start for him because the Colts aren't going against teams that are overly competitive.
Yeah.
When he starts going against those elite receivers, that's when you start paying him more attention. But for now, Drake London is a really good receiver right now, but he's still young. He's still learning. So he did really good on him. He did a great job on Drake London.
So, and just to lead back to the Jets, there's been a lot of drama going. I don't want to call it drama, but Aaron Glenn has this obsession with gatekeeping who the quarterback of each game is going to be. I think that is kind of strange. I think that's very strange, as if that's going to give you a competitive advantage. Everybody knows that Justin Fields is going to start at quarterback if he's healthy. Tyrod Taylor's not going in. It doesn't matter if Fields has 55 yards, 45 yards, or 35 yards. He's going to start the game because he can still use his legs. Even if he only throws 5 passes in the game, because deep down inside, Aaron Glenn knows, we're going to start him at quarterback, but we're still going to give Breece Hall the ball 25 to 30 times. So I don't understand what Glenn is doing there.
Yeah.
But I was talking to my brother. He was like, maybe it's a superstition thing because ever since he started doing that, they started winning. I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
That is true.
The Jets are a very confusing franchise, and I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know. The Browns
that's all you can say about them.
I'm glad I brought this up too because they played the Browns, and I got a lot to say about Dylan Gabriel.
Oh my
God. And this is where now I can officially talk to you about this because it's been a few weeks since we had our conversation about Shedeur Sanders. I think this was before we actually recorded that week. And we were going back and forth about, all right, let's see how Dylan Gabriel performs. Now is the time. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago was the time to put Shedeur Sanders in. And I don't understand what that organization is doing, leaving Dylan Gabriel in.
Myles Garrett is going to be off
Myles
that
Garrett
team
is going to request a trade.
He's going
soon,
to request
very
a trade,
soon.
And they're going to have to listen to him because he's not going to play if they don't put Shedeur Sanders in. Because respectfully, remember what I told you, right? Remember
You're right. You're right.
And I said about preseason when him and Shedeur were talking, and then you just seen like Myles is so like, oh my God, like this kid, like he looks like he could win us a football game, like. The way that Shedeur talked to him, I think what I'm thinking is Myles is like, yo, if you bring this juice and this energy to this team and you give us a couple touchdowns and you do it, I'll take care of the rest. Yeah. I just need you to do something. Bring some juice. Dylan Gabriel, his touchdowns, if you watch that game, his touchdowns were so easy touchdowns. There wasn't nothing elite about it. It was just good play calling. I'm not giving him credit for great play calling. Great play calling gets people open. If you miss a throw 5 yards away from you on a bootleg, bro, to David Njoku, bro, for a touchdown, bro, then you're ass. You're more ass than you already are. Like, I just don't agree with them leaving him in there. I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't agree either. And this is not me contradicting what I was talking about earlier.
There's no positives in it, bro. There's no positives.
No, there isn't. And I'm not contradicting what I was talking about in the beginning of the season about Shedeur Sanders. I had said I want to see how Dylan Gabriel performs, just to see. All right? And I'm sticking by my word. 2 weeks ago, they should have taken him out. It's over. It's done. There's no point. You guys got rid. They had Joe Flacco and they traded him away to the Bengals, right? After Joe Burrow got hurt.
Because you had 2 young quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Give the other young quarterback a chance. Maybe
you've given Dylan Gabriel to what 2 to 3 weeks now, and he hasn't really proved himself.
He hasn't won a game.
So it's time at this point. Put your 5th round pick in, who really probably should have been a 3rd round pick or 2nd round pick, but that's another story for itself. He did that himself.
Listen, all I'm saying is I've been hearing some speculations, bro. I've been hearing that there's potential that he might get traded by the
offseason.
Shedeur.
What?
Shedeur might get traded, and honestly, I seen it on what's the Twitter called? ML Football. So I seen honestly one of the teams that I personally think he can get traded to.
You know what?
I wouldn't think that's crazy, bro. Why not? Like,
There's gonna be so much drama, but at this point, we got nothing to lose.
If you trade for, listen, bro, if you trade for him next year, but honestly, I don't think y'all should do it just because y'all need to. I would just draft the quarterback at that point. Just
no. Well, are you saying at that point? All right, my bad.
Yeah.
At that point,
Unless you can trade for Shador and you're like, yo, like I'll give you a 6th-round pick or something light, and they're like, deal, I don't care. Which I think that's a possibility. I think they're gonna give him up for a bag of chips in that Poland Spring bottle or over there.
But the Jets need a veteran quarterback.
They do.
Like a Mac Jones. That's what I'm thinking. All right, Brock Purdy's we're gonna end up coming back.
Wouldn't it be nice though to get somebody at least?
I'm not opposed.
That's
don't get
what
me
I'm
wrong. Because look at what they have now. What are they working with? They're not working with much. So I mean, there's anything that can work for that organization. But if I'm talking about from my experience, from what I've witnessed in the past 10 years, we need like a 5+ year veteran.
I think Mac Jones is a good one because Brock Purdy's gonna stay there.
Yeah.
And they're gonna keep him there. I think Mac Jones is a good one. You know who I don't think is a bad one?
Who?
I think Davis Mills isn't a bad one.
Okay.
The one from the Texans because C.J. Stroud's hurt right now, but he came out balling, bro. He looks good.
Okay.
He looks good. I would give him a chance. And just quarterbacks like that, quarterbacks that just have been looking good when the starting quarterback is down. I think you guys need a quarterback like that and give him a chance.
I feel like the storyline with Mac Jones would be fantastic though, because he'd be coming back to the AFC East and facing the Patriots twice a year.
And he would beat the Patriots once. I think he would get to the. I think
he'd have his redemptions. I feel like he'd get his licks in. All right,
he would.
It'd be a reverse Bill Belichick from 25 years ago.
He definitely would. And I'm
not saying to that extent, but a man can dream.
But like I said, towards the Browns, y'all need to lock in. If y'all don't lock in and push Shador in and at least give him a chance, I'm just telling y'all right now, say goodbye to Myles Garrett. Say goodbye to the best defensive player probably in our generation, almost in our generation right now.
It's right now the best defensive players are definitely between him, T.J. Watt, and Aiden Hutchinson. And T.J. Watt's number one. I'm sorry, he's that man's unstoppable in my opinion. All right,
what T.J. Watt like right now this season?
Yeah,
this season. What's T.J. Watt been doing?
Let's look really quick.
I feel like T.J. Watt hasn't made that much noise this year.
Sack leaders, that's what we gotta look at.
No, the sack leaders. He's not even in the sack leaders.
T.J. Watt?
Yeah, he's not.
What about his pressures? I could have sworn he was doing.
Nah, he's not in sack leaders, bro. He's he only has 6 sacks this year.
Oh crap.
Yo, Myles
Garrett's leading.
Defensive player in the. I thought you. That's why I'm looking at you like,
shoot.
Bro, you're bugging.
No, I could have sworn T.J. Watt was killing
Myles
it this
Garrett
year.
Had a 5-sack game, bro. He has 11 sacks on the year.
I could have sworn T.J. Watt was killing it.
Him and Brian Burns are tied right now for sack leader.
No, okay, no, I knew Brian Burns was leading. All right, I'm bugging. But T.J. Watt, it's still up there, right? Myles Garrett right now is 1, okay? T.J. Watt, I'll put him at like 2 or 3.
2. Oh, you're talking about in terms of this year, or are you just talking about?
Well, let's talk about general, all right? If we're talking about general, then 1 can be T.J. Watt, okay?
It definitely can. Overall stat, like he has him over, but I'm not gonna lie, I still would take Myles. I just think Myles is the most unblockable man ever, like in the world right now. Like,
T.J. Watt's unblockable too.
No, T.J. Watt is unblockable, but you know what the difference is? Myles Garrett, bro, is like the effort. He makes everything look effortless, and for a 6'5" dude that can stop the run, but not only just stop the run, but be able to weave and have the bend to sack a quarterback like that, bro. He had 5 sacks. And then he made it look effortless, bro. Mm-hmm. He destroys defenders. And so does T.J. Watt. But I'm just saying, bro, I think Myles Garrett is going to go down in history as probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest defensive lineman ever.
T.J. Watt's going to go down as one of the greatest.
No, he is. He definitely is.
We are in a good generation.
We are. We've been blessed with Aaron Donald. We've been blessed with
linemen. Yeah, Aaron Donald.
A lot of people.
T.J. Watt. We watched J.J. Watt. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was always a fan of his. This is kind of random. Clay Matthews. I was always a fan of his when he was on the Packers. When he was on the Packers.
He was dominant.
We
even grew up with Michael Strahan, and Michael Strahan.
Jesus, we forgot about Ray Lewis.
That's linebacker, but all right, we're gonna.
We're talking about defensive ends.
Yeah, we were just talking about D lineman, pass rushers.
D lineman. Okay, so let's see who else.
Well, Micah Parsons right now, obviously.
Yeah, Micah's doing good.
Micah is doing good.
D tackles. Who's a good D tackle? Who's been a good D tackle in this generation, in our generation? That's kind of hard to. I'm kind of having a brain fart. It was cool with me.
We have a few. Julius Peppers was a phenomenal one. Von Miller.
Oh God, yeah.
You can't forget about that boy. That boy's filthy. Trey Hendrickson, low key, is like one of the best D's. Like, yo, he's actually.
Aiden Hutchinson's good too. He's solid.
Really good. Aiden Hutchinson is really good, but
Max Crosby.
I never feel as if though Aiden Hutchinson is what certain people feel he is. I think he's amazing, but I don't ever think he's a depoy. He's a depoy contender every year. Everybody.
The reason why is because that position in itself is stacked.
No, it is, but also too, he doesn't generate enough sacks in order to be in the depoy compared to other defensive linemen. Because think about it, right now, for example, he has
look
7
at
sacks.
film as to why.
Right
7
now,
sacks is 1 hell of a
sacks.
year. That's 4 behind. You also got to remember too, Myles Garrett has 11 because he had a 5-sack game. Granted, they lost, but it's still a 5-sack game.
Bro, yeah, I was about to say that's already unrealistic enough as it is. Like that's like almost never done types. That's crazy.
Brian Burns would 100% be in the lead if it weren't for that game.
Listen, Brian Burns should be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. He's not, and that's sick to me because bro has 11 sacks. I don't understand how you don't give somebody that.
I don't know, dude.
And everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, because your team is losing." So is Myles Garrett's team.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's tough. But
yeah,
defensive end, there's a lot of really good defensive ends. Aiden Hutchinson, Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt.
Crosby, yeah, you can't forget about Max, yo.
He's disgusting.
Max is
disgusting.
Mad Max is.
No, it's.
Did you see the whole thing about Aqib Talib talking smack about him, saying he can't stop the run? And he had a game where he didn't stop the run, and Max responded. He said, "Bro, look at the tape.
Yeah,
I literally was there every single time. I can't do everybody else's job."
I just realized I keep forgetting Micah Parsons. I don't know why. I keep forgetting.
Don't forget about that man, yo. DeMarcus Ware. Oh my God, bro, that dude was giving my team hell, bro, when he was on the Cowboys.
Oh man. All right. I think that's enough football for now.
It definitely is.
For now, we're gonna talk a little bit about the NBA. Some breaking news that happened earlier this morning. Nico Harrison, Nico Harrison, the general manager for the former general manager for the Mavericks. He just got let go today. He got fired.
Well deserved.
He
deserved that.
We need to go through the last 9 months of the BS that he has pulled. Okay? So let's do this.
Because I'll piggyback off of what you're about to say.
The blockbuster trade of 2025,
where he traded one of the best players in the NBA for a dude that was formerly one of the best players, but he can't be because he can't stay healthy. Of glass.
So here's what really bothered me about that whole situation with the Mavericks. They had just made the finals the season prior with Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, and they lost in 5, 6. Help me out.
They lost in like 6, bro.
Okay.
I don't understand, bro, but they weren't even healthy. They weren't healthy.
No, they weren't. Kyrie was hurt. Kyrie was bruised up.
That was when they played them. That was when they played the Celtics. The Celtics were going against everybody injured.
Yeah.
Like, bro, they weren't healthy. Kyrie was hurt. Luka was playing on injury, but he still was balling. Like,
so you make the finals, okay, and then a little bit before the trade deadline comes, you trade away Luka Doncic, okay. The man was averaging 24, 25 plus points in his career. He still is, but in his career with the Mavericks, since you guys drafted him in 2019, 2019?
2019, I think. Oh.
Ooh. Zion was number 1 in 2019.
When
was the Trae Young draft?
I think it was.
Shit, I should know this. It's got to be 2019 or 2018. 2019. I don't know. Oh my God! Why do I not know?
2018. 2018.
2018 was the Kevin Knox draft.
Same year as Trae Young. Remember, he was a part of the Trae Young trade.
Yes. Okay.
Him and Trae Young got traded for, which I still think I don't understand how Hawks fans can ever say that was they are in that trade.
No, I'm sure they regret it right now.
Yeah, no, they better.
I'm sure they regret it right now. But did Jalen Brunson just say the buzzer beater? He sure did. All right, so Luka Doncic was your franchise. Basically, he was your franchise.
He was your franchise when Dirk Nowitzki would come purposely just to see him.
Yes, and then you acquire Kyrie Irving, who can still ball at his age, all right?
Then you get a young center, bro. Like I told you, you get 2 good centers. You get Daniel Gafford and Lively. You get Derek Lively, who both cater really well to that system of the 2 guards.
And what do? You trade him to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. Anthony Day-to-Day Davis. Listen, all respect to Anthony Davis, but
he's not as great.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. He's a champion. He's a deep.
But it's not it no more. He's not it no more.
He can't do it anymore. He unfortunately
he
can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy, and
That's
the
life
biggest
of being
problem.
a 7-foot guy when you're not like he can't stay healthy anymore. It's not it no more. And my problem is, you thought that getting Cooper Flag was going to change this team around.
So that's another thing. You lucked out in winning the draft lottery and getting the number 1 pick. You purely lucked out. Nobody expected them to get the number 1 pick.
Cooper Flag, respectfully,
I didn't think
I rock with Cooper Flag.
He had a good game last night, by the way.
Be an amazing player in the future.
But he's not Luka Doncic. He had a 26-point game last night.
He did, but he's not Luka Doncic.
And that is
Luka is giving you a 40-point triple-double.
And this is another thing that pisses me off because hypothetically, all right, and I love this conversation. You keep Luka, you have Kyrie next to him. Now you draft Cooper Flag, and you could actually let him develop with Luka. As everyone is trying to double Luka on top of the key, do a pick and roll and lob it up to Coop and let him average his points.
They would damn near be
oh my God,
right now if
dude,
that happened. They would damn near be undefeated.
They'd be one of the best teams in the West.
They
No, look at the Lakers now without LeBron in itself. They're the I think top 3 in the West.
Don't worry though. When LeBron come back, he gonna mess it up.
But
just
they're
like
the
he always
top
does.
3 in the West.
Right
Luka
now,
is their
they look
best.
phenomenal.
Luka's the best player. He's averaging over 30 points per game.
But they did it for a reason.
Yes,
bro.
Trey, really quick, because I need to make this point, and this shit is so dumb to me. Luka is averaging 30 plus points. Austin Reeves is averaging 30, 9 and 9. Okay, Dalton Connect is making shots, and freaking the team's just winning. The Lakers are winning. And now LeBron's practicing with the South Bay Lakers, and he's gonna come in, and I guarantee you, it's going to mess up the chemistry that's going on.
It is.
That is the big problem that everyone with the Lakers.
Everybody wants to act like LeBron James is not ball. He is ball dominant.
Yeah. Now, to bring this back to Nico Harrison, this has been historically known that the man isn't that great of a GM or executive in itself. Look at what he did when he was with Nike, when he pitched the presentation for Steph Curry to join Nike. Do you know that story?
No.
Oh, boy. Are you in
No,
for
I
a
don't.
treat? All right, I'm going to paraphrase this. So you know how Steph Curry signed to Under Armour?
Yes.
All right, so Nico Harrison was one of the lead members to make a presentation to pitch Nike to Steph Curry. The presentation started off saying Seth Curry, his brother. It was a mistyped spelling error with his brother's name. And then
after that, I'm not gonna lie, it's all down the drain.
The more you look at it, the more you realize it was basically, again, I'll find a correct article that like explains this best, but it looked like it was a template for Kevin Durant's pitch. I could be wrong. I might have explained this incorrectly, but based off of what I remember, I know KD's name was in there. All right? Or I'm pretty sure his name was in there. And this was led by Nico Harrison when he was with Nike. And you're meaning to tell me, yeah, we're gonna give him a general manager position with an NBA team?
Yeah, that sounded like a really intelligent situation right there. So I think he deserves that. Like, no, bro, what he's done in these last 9 months, he deserves to not.
He deserved to get fired. He deserved to get fired.
Absolutely.
And I genuinely, dude, feel for Dallas Mavericks fans. This one fan, after Luka got traded, he said it best. We were going to build him a statue.
Bro,
that's so true. Look at what Luka was going to do.
You took their heart away, bro.
Look at what
Luka was. That was their next Dirk.
The Mavericks were a top 5 team for the last 3 years.
Bro,
they are the second worst team in the West.
He's been nothing but perfect for them.
The second worst team in the West.
That was their Dirk Nowitzki, bro. That was the guy that gave them hope every time he stepped on the court. That was the guy that every single time they made it to the playoffs, they said, we're going to make it somewhere because in power we have Luka Doncic.
But just make it make sense.
But now the Lakers do it again, and they get somebody like that.
But make it make sense really quick. How do you go from a top 5 team in the West
to one of the worst?
Like the second worst. The Pelicans are they're the worst. And then you got the Mavericks right above them.
Pelicans are that ass this year?
The Pelicans are, I think they're either 15th or 14th. Let's take a quick look. I was doing research and I just forgot. But I know the Mavericks are definitely in the bottom 13. Yeah, no, the Pelicans are 15th. And then, let's see if I'm right. Ding, 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 I'm right. The Mavericks are 14th, all right? Pelicans have 2 wins. Mavericks have 3. Both have 8 losses. Dude, Nico Harrison needed to leave after this happened.
You know why he probably got fired, too? One of the main things, did you see the interview with Cooper Flag when he was like, I haven't lost this much since ever?
Yeah, he said that like last week.
After that, they were like, yeah, this is no good, bro. There's no way, bro.
Because that's your new franchise.
That is your new franchise, and he's already sad about it. He just got there, bro. He hasn't lost more than maybe 4 games in his every single season he's played.
I don't think Duke lost 8 games last season.
They didn't, bro. If you relook at it, he's lost more games in the start of his NBA career than
His college. His 1 year college.
His whole life, Max.
I mean, granted, that was going to happen eventually because the NBA season's longer. But the fact that it happened this quick, it's 10 games in, 11 games in, something like that.
And you're 2-8.
Dude, it's disgusting. We're going to move on from there, and we're going to get into a topic that me and you love to talk about.
It's about the 7'5" Stallion.
No, actually, we could get into that in a bit, though.
Okay.
I'm talking about the Knicks. They're playing right now. They're going against the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis is going through something right now. Ja Morant's having a really rough start to his season, and there's rumors speculating that he's going to get traded next.
He is, but he's not enjoying the game of basketball. When you're not enjoying it because of all the speculations, he hasn't been enjoying it because Memphis doesn't back him up on anything that happens. Whenever something happens or he does a celebration or anything, he gets fined, he gets suspended. And when that happens and your coach is just like, or your GM is like, hey, you just can't do that. You're going to have to deal with this suspension. Instead of having your back or doing anything for you, like you're not the star player, that's what's going to happen.
So that's the situation with Memphis right now.
Yeah.
The Knicks, on the other hand, so look, all right.
That's what I've been waiting for right there, Max.
The Pistons are good. Don't get me wrong. All right.
The Pistons are good, but bro, respectfully, they are
no.
No.
You got to give no. That was a backhanded compliment. You got to give them their respect.
No. You got to give them respect. They're good. They're good. I'm about to say this though. They are really good, but they will not win games if Cade Cunningham is throwing up 42 shots.
That I agree with.
But besides that, if he plays if Cade plays his game, they're going to be elite. They're going to be really hard to beat. And I'm not going to lie, I don't want to rematch them, but like
I don't either because they would go 7. That series would go 7.
It almost went 7 last year.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna lie. I honestly, Max, the way I feel about our team right now, I just feel so confident about our team, and it's like
I am too.
You know why? It's because Max, everybody's getting involved. We're moving the ball around. Everybody's eating. OG and Mikal are looking like the best they've looked in their whole careers. Like. Brunson looks like he can go off at any moment, but he doesn't have to right now, which is amazing. Cat's looking dominant.
Jordan Clarkson. I have been saying it.
Monsters.
I've been saying it since the start of the season. Jordan Clarkson. Mark my words. I will say this every week up until April when the playoffs start. All right? He's going to be the X factor for the New York Knicks. Mark my words. Josh Hart's killing it too. You brought up a good point. He's actually starting to shoot even with his messed up finger.
Bro, I told you. Once he finds that jump shot, it's over. Because now not only do we have a guy that can rebound and get assist and drive to the basket, now he can shoot.
Mitchell Robinson's the best offensive rebounder in the league.
Mitchell Robinson's the best rebounder in the league. I don't want to hear offensive. He's the best rebounder.
He's the best. Imagine his per 30. What's his per 36?
But I don't know.
Probably like 17 rebounds.
I don't know what it is, but all I know is, bro, if you haven't seen lately, he's averaging 16 minutes a game on some chill stuff and averaging 4 offensive rebounds in those games. 4 to 6 offensive rebounds.
And I like what they're doing. All right, so
they're putting him, they're sizzling him in. I love it.
It's understood. Okay, give me a second. It's understood that Mitchell Robinson can't really stay healthy. A good comparison like this is, Anthony Davis.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Anthony Davis, right? He has more of a workload because of his skill set and his pass.
Absolutely.
Mike Brown is looking at Mitch, and he's like, all right, bro, you got 15 minutes. Make it count because we're going to need you.
We're going to need you in the playoffs.
He's making it count.
And that's what I love, though. What are we using him for so much in the regular season? I didn't understand that with Tibbs last year. Why are you overusing him this year to win a regular season game that don't mean nothing?
Yeah, I agree.
Bro, we need to play him 30-something minutes against the Washington Wizards, bro.
No, he needs to be in 20 minutes. That's all we need from him.
I'm cool with 15 to 20. I'm cool with 15 to 20.
And then put him in for the last 3 minutes of the fourth if it's a close.
If you need a defensive push.
Exactly.
That's literally it. Because, bro, not only that, I think he's averaging like maybe a block and a half, 2 blocks, bro. He's playing great, bro. He's playing
awesome.
But Mitch is Mitch. We've always known that. That's why I was so happy whenever we don't trade him because Mitch is Mitch. And he'll forever be Mitch. And I think he should be a Knick for the rest of his life. Because of what he brings to his team.
That'd be ideal.
Max, what he brings to this team is irreplaceable. We can't trade and get somebody else like that.
No, we can't. The Knicks are off to a great start. They're second in the East. I still hold true to what I said. Even though the East is looking very competitive, I think they can still make it out of the East into the finals. Now,
if West they play like this, they're going to.
Now, the West is kind of up for grabs. I know the Thunder only have 1 loss under their belt, but
they don't look like the same team than last year.
No, and you got some young, hungry teams. And let's not forget, the Rockets are actually top 5 in the West. And I feel like they can actually compete in the playoffs. Kevin Durant is still Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant, bro.
He could be 41 years old, and he's still going to put 27 on you. Like
the Lakers might low-key be on them right now.
The Lakers could be on them, too.
Luka might put up a muck, and LeBron's still going to give you a good 18, 20 points with a few assists.
That's all right, I'll say this, okay? And this would never happen. If LeBron came off the bench, the Lakers can contend. Call me crazy.
You know he won't, though.
But hypothetically.
He will play with the bench, though.
Hypothetically.
That is one thing, though.
Okay?
He will play with the bench.
No, but come on. Enlighten me. Hypothetically, you give LeBron 25 minutes a game off the bench and put him with that second squad, I think they can contend. I think that's my take.
I agree.
Because you put LeBron on the B team, you got him leading the B team. Oh my, bro, they could do so much, but it's not gonna happen. LeBron's gonna want to start.
Oh yeah, that's filthy. But
Oh my gosh. All right, dude, we're gonna move on. Let's get to the fantasy talk. All right, we got the yeah or hell nahs. Trey, lead it away. I'm gonna mute myself so you can get this going.
All right, yeah, no problem. We're gonna keep going through this. So the yas we're gonna do a couple positions. The yas for this week, we got Joe Flacco saying that's a start right there. I'm not gonna lie, he's going against the Pittsburgh Steelers and he's playing amazing right now. I think you gotta say yeah to this. A hell nah, shocker here. We got Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, I feel as if, though, has been playing amazing, especially with Jackson Smith and Jigba balling out for him. Is not going to play too amazing this week with all that pressure in his face against the Los Angeles Rams. Jared Verse on his case. What else we got? We got running backs. We got Woody Marks from the Houston Texans. He's going against Tennessee. We don't even got to explain that. We got the hell nah. And this is for me, too, personally, because he's on my fantasy team, sadly. Kenneth Walker III. Yeah, sit him, bro. He's not that good, don't worry. I'm about to cut him. Another we got Jameson Williams going against the Eagles. I'm not going to lie. He's been balling lately. He's going to keep having a field day because ain't no Eagles DB guarding him. And Quinyon Mitchell has to go against Amon-Ra St. Brown. So they don't got nobody else to go against him. And then for hell nahs, we got Xavier Worthy. I just think Rashee Rice is going to keep taking on that workload. And, we're going to take care of tight ends real quick. And tight ends is, we got Cade Otton from Tampa. Tampa's going against the Buffalo Bills. And Baker Mayfield's playing like an MVP caliber quarterback. He's going to give him the ball this week. He has to in order to succeed this week against the Bills. And then for the hell nah, we got Hunter Henry, the Patriots, which is the Patriots tight end, against the Jets. Now, everybody may think that's a little crazy, but I think that the Jets are playing really good right now. I think they might sneak over a surprise win against the Patriots and make it a little difficult for them.
So what you're saying is...
And that's it. That's it for my yard. Don't cut me off. So
What you're saying... No, I'm going to cut you off. You just said that's it.
Oh, my God. Can you let me do what I need to do? No, I'm playing.
So what you're saying is that this Aaron Glenn superstition of him not telling the quarterback,
it's working.
It's working.
It's working.
I'll tell you what. Okay.
If he does it this week, you're winning.
If he does it this week, or no, he already did it. Okay, he did it today.
Oh, then you're winning.
If they win on Sunday, that marshmallow mask that I wore in the beginning of last episode, I'll wear for the whole episode next episode.
Bet.
Okay. That's how confident I am. Because do you know what the spread is? 12.5.
Never say never.
The spread is 12.5. Trey.
You heard what I just sung, right? You heard what I just sung, right? Never say never.
Never. Okay. All right, we're gonna move on.
We are gonna move on.
We're gonna move on. Let's see. All right. So we got the therapy session. I don't think we've done a therapy session in a while.
We haven't.
Let's switch it up. Okay. How can we do this therapy session?
We could do a therapy session without the yelling and the anger and the cursing. We could just talk civilized. We could just talk about the problems that we may have right now going on, even though I kind of felt like we talked about that in the beginning.
Okay, so I feel like one thing that we can bring up, because, I got a perfect one. All right, so I'll tell you this. Yesterday, okay, I had a conversation with my pops. Now, you know this thing about these old heads, and they love to be like, back in my day, things used to be different.
Yes, bro. That's the problem with y'all young kids.
That's the problem with y'all young kids.
Oh my God, bro.
Back in my day.
I'm so sorry.
So let's talk. And do you know what? You know when it gets worse? You know what boils my blood when it's about sports.
Oh my God, yo, I hate that, bro. My pops does that too. Be like, yo, that's it. When he'd be like, that's the problem with y'all young kids nowadays.
Yeah, back in my day, Larry Bird was able to do it. Granted,
it's the problem with y'all young kids nowadays. Y'all don't know what real basketball is. Like,
no shot at Larry Bird.
I'm so sorry. I don't watch basketball.
So
back in the 80s.
I just want to give a shout out to all the old heads. I'm sorry. Larry Bird is not better than Kevin Durant. Let's get this point blank period.
No,
okay?
he's not.
I have seen this. I've seen this on social media over the last couple of years, and I just want to bring this out now that we have, an audience of about 50 people. But I want to bring this point up, and I feel like this is a perfect time to do it, actually. I hate when old heads can't look into the present and understand how much
scoring is way more elite now than what it ever has been.
How defense is different.
Larry Bird.
The skill gap has increased.
Larry Bird isn't even the greatest shooter anymore.
No, it's Steph Curry, and that's not even a debate. And anybody who argues that Steph Curry is not undisputed, or no, all right, let me rephrase this because that wasn't even proper in English. Anybody who disputes that Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, you're wrong, okay? It should be undisputed. Look at his numbers. Look at what he's done. By far, he is the greatest shooter of all time. Larry Bird wasn't even considered the greatest shooter before Curry. You had arguments with Ray Allen and Reggie Miller. So I don't even want to hear Larry Bird. Now, I want to say this because I got to give respect to Larry Bird. Okay? Yes, Ray Allen is one of the greatest shooters of all time.
No. I wasn't doing about that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I just don't like the name Reggie Miller. Really,
me neither. Me neither. But he's one of the greatest shooters of all time.
But it just bothers me.
All right?
I don't like him.
My thing is this, okay? I will give credit to Larry Bird. I look at Nikola Jokic as a tall Larry Bird. Their build very similar.
Yes, they are.
Both slow. They both can't jump, but they can pass. They can shoot. They can make. They can't really play defense, but they're very similar.
Can't really play defense.
I think Larry Bird. I do think genuinely because we see it today. I think Larry Bird would do really good in the NBA today.
No, he would.
But when people say that he's better than Kevin Durant or he's better than LeBron James, I'll say he's not better than LeBron James. I'm sorry. We need to stop that.
We have to be real for 2 seconds. And when I say this, and I mean this in all kindness to the old heads, y'all cannot be this naive and this blind towards what is going on nowadays that Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer we have ever seen.
Yeah, no, by far.
He's a 7 foot. He's a 7 foot forward, small forward, bro. He's not even supposed to be a fall.
He's a shooting guard with the Rockets.
He can shoot from anywhere. He's a 3-level scorer. He can do anything he wants to.
He can block shots
anywhere.
He has a wingspan, so he could steal. He's a 5-tool player, bro.
Max.
And
Larry Bird was great. He could tell you what he was going to do, and he could do it. That's cool, amazing, cute. Kevin Durant makes scoring look easy, Max.
I'm gonna clip this, and I want the old heads to respond. I can't wait. I really hope we get people to react.
Give me the worst takes of y'all.
Please. I really hope you guys start going in the comments and you start going all about y'all youngins don't know basketball. Please bring it on,
Max.
Please.
You know how easy. You know it's story time, right? You know how easy Kevin Durant makes scoring look, Max?
Talk to me.
You remember when we were in PAL, right?
Oh my gosh, are we gonna bring up Ernest?
No, not Ernest. You remember the big kid named Chris Silva?
That name sounds familiar.
The big white kid, the one that just shoot lights out. And
I think I remember.
You know how he used to just bust our ass just for free every single week of PAL and just made it look easy?
Yeah.
Like he didn't even make a face. He just went like this the whole time.
I remember him. He was a shooter. Yeah, I remember him for sure.
That's what Kevin Durant does to people, bro. He makes things look easy. I wish I had a recording of how bad he used to bust our ass, Max. But that's how easy he makes things look.
Listen, and I want to say this because here's how the argument started. Okay, not argument, but here's how this dispute started with my father, the old head in conversation. He had mentioned how the NFL has gone soft over the last 20 years. Now, I will say, over the last 15, maybe 10 to 15, yeah, it's gone soft.
But it's for a valid reason, though.
Okay, but are we also? But here's the thing, and this is what irked my soul. My father completely forgot certain names, such as Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Troy Polamalu.
Cam Chancellor.
Okay. Need I go on? Weapon X. A man was named Weapon X. Google it. Google it.
Sean Taylor.
Wolverine. Sean Taylor. Okay.
Even right now, bro, Kyle Hamilton. Bro, different types of lights out. Derwin James, bro. Derwin James kills people.
But he's like, oh, but like he's not. Look at Reggie White. Look at Lawrence. Yes.
What I will agree with him with, the NFL has gone soft, but not because of the players, because of the refereeing, the way that the association works, and the way that the business is working. But I also don't disagree fully on why it's been soft, because the people back then, let's be honest here, most of them are either old and can't move their limbs anymore, or they have CTE like a mofo.
Bro, Lawrence Taylor, listen.
He was on coke.
Lawrence Taylor is one of the greatest.
He is the greatest defensive player ever.
But it took plenty of drugs for him to keep going. Just saying.
Nobody can handle that much pain in their life, man.
So people are like, "Oh, you guys are soft." No, you guys did drugs.
It's like,
and don't get me wrong. Some NFL players
Max,
still take PEDs.
They must have been doing back in the day. They were like, you know what? That's y'all problem nowadays with y'all young kids. Back in my day, bro, we used to be sniffing one right up the line, bro, just to get ready for a game.
NFL players today, yeah, some actually do PEDs. Some take painkillers. Guess what? That's why the NFL has a anti-drug policy. And guess what happens when they get caught? They get suspended.
Max, you know what we do now? You know what football players do nowadays, Max?
What?
When they're in pain?
Ice bath.
They take Tylenol, Max. They take Tylenol and they use Tiger Ball, Max, or Biofreeze, and they ask their girl to rub on their back or something when they're in pain. Max, you know what they used to do back then? They used to stab needles in them, use cocaine, put crack in them, Max. They used to do the craziest amount of drugs. They would have thought they were Superman flying off a building. How high they were, literally how high they were.
And then we got people. We got the old generation telling us to stay off the weed.
Lay off the weed, but
I call hypocrisy on all of that. All right, I don't want to hear it. Now to bring back to the NBA, because I love getting mad at this conversation. All right, I was going off earlier today, and I was losing it yesterday. Okay, my dad was like, "You got to admit the NBA got a lot more softer too." Trey, I'm not the type of person to watch highlights in the 80s and 90s, all right? I watched what's called Hardwood Classics on NBA TV, which would showcase entire games from that era, all right? You know what I would see? This so-called, this slap on the wrist, that was nothing. Guess what, Trey? That was still called a foul. Oh, you clothesline him, that's nothing. Guess what, Trey? That was still flagrant, and they still got fined. You want to know the difference between today and the 80s and the 90s?
Was they just did it, and they were okay with paying the money for it.
That, and the reason why these old heads act like, oh, they didn't have to do any of that. Guess what, guys? You guys didn't have something called Twitter where a man or a beat writer could tell you right away how much they got fined. I guarantee you, half these fights and half these flagrants that went about
got them suspended or fined.
Got them fined, and you guys just didn't know about the fines because a lot of things in the 80s and 90s weren't as publicized as today. Shout out to social media for that because we're really exposing you guys now because I can promise you, David Stern was not dealing with that shit. No, he was going to fine you.
He wasn't.
Rest in peace. And this is why David Stern is one of the greatest commissioners of all time, because he didn't deal with the bullshit. Now, you old heads tend to forget this, all right? You guys always want to look at the other side. Oh, yeah, nothing happened to them. They didn't get punished. They got punished, guys. They got punished. It just didn't get publicized. That's it. And that is my problem. You like to come up with these arguments, but they don't have the facts.
I can't disagree with you here. Honestly, I'm happy that you said that for your therapy session, but I mean to keep basketball into the therapy session. If I had a therapy session right now of a complaint, not even about my team specifically, it's about a player on my team. So I seen something this week, and I seen a lot of people saying, "Who would you take right now on your team?" Or they said, "Who is a complete better player right now?"
Okay.
And I was looking, and they said, After the performance of Cade Cunningham, I'm taking Cade Cunningham over Jalen Brunson any day of the week.
Hell
Max,
no.
if you don't understand what I saw in those comments, how sick I was to my stomach when I saw that. Max, first of all, you dropped 42-point triple-double off of 43 shots, and that gives you the right to say that you're better than Jalen Brunson? Max, he sent you home.
Can I chime in when you're done?
Yes. All I want to say is before you go, I will not discuss with people over here being unrealistic when respectfully, my GOAT, my captain, sent you home. That's all I gotta say. It doesn't matter. They already ran it up. What happened? He sent your ass home. That's it. It's final. If you want a rematch, yeah. But that still does not determine what you are right now to him. He sent you home. And he sent your best defender flying to the sidelines, bro, when he did it. Please let me know what you're feeling.
Cade Cunningham is, and he's a top player in the NBA.
Absolutely.
Okay. I want to make this abundantly clear. And I know why they said that. When you look at the Knicks, all right, and you compare them to the Pistons, even though the Pistons are the best team in the East, schedule-wise, when you look at a roster, the Knicks have the better team. I'm bringing this up for a reason. Jalen Brunson isn't as ball dominant as he was last year because Mike Brown's new system isn't letting him be. And that's not a shot at Mike Brown. That's a compliment to Mike Brown. So people are going to automatically think that Cade's going to be better because he's getting the ball more. And you said it. He took 40-plus shots. Jalen Brunson under the system will not take more than 30. Well, all right, I might need to get fact-checked there. But he won't take that many.
He won't.
I need to get fact-checked.
Unless he really has to, he won't. The only time when he did it last year was when he dropped 61. But, bro, it got to the point where Tibbs was he was sending everybody to the right and letting Brunson just specifically ISO. But
this is where you need to understand, though, where those fans are coming from. I can understand where they're coming from because they think Cade's better because his numbers are better, but that's because it's a Jalen Brunson situation.
It is.
They're relying on him.
It is.
And again, you got to be a really good player for you to carry a team like that. But just like last year with the Knicks, it's not going to lead you far. Just because your numbers are good doesn't mean you're the best player. What you should really look at is how your team is performing. You guys are winning games, but is this going to be sustainable enough if Cade Cunningham's going to have to carry the team for all 82 games? I don't think so. And for that reason, Jalen Brunson is a better player overall, okay? Here's what Cade has over him. Obviously, height, and with that comes his athleticism and a little more defense. Other than that, if we're looking at scoring and playmaking, I'm taking Jalen Brunson any day of the week, and his numbers will not show it. Cade's numbers will be better than Jalen Brunson's this year, but that is because JB's going to play 3 to 4 less average minutes.
Score on that team.
And the team is completely different. The system is different. So the conversation is just dumb.
They look good because Cade is taking over, and that's a respect thing. But they do not have another scorer on that team. So when you are going against teams like Washington multiple times, you should be beating them. That's not a diss on that's not even a diss. That's just a fact. You should not be losing to the Washington Wizards on any notice, even if Cade had to do the BS that he did the other day.
Yeah.
You just can't lose to them. So no duh, you're going to do that against them.
Yeah. So Let's move on. We're running out of time. Let me get this lineup up. We'll do the BTA of the week. I already have my BTA of the week, and then we'll close it out a little bit with a little more NBA talk. So I'm gonna get my lineup ups done really quick. Here's the lines that I'm gonna give you guys tomorrow, Wednesday, October, November 12th. San Antonio Spurs face the Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna make this really quick for you guys. All right, you put a $1 bet, you're gonna win $11.95 off of the following parlay. It's 2-leg same game parlay. All right, I have San Antonio Spurs money line. They're favored by 5 points, but just put the spread. Actually, no, I like this. Have the Spurs cover the spread. All right. And then Stephon Castle as a first basket. He's nasty for them, by the way. We talked about this before. Stephon Castle's really
Stephon Castle's right? Like that, bro.
Put $1, you win $11.95. I just want to make that quick for you guys. A lot of the parlays aren't really insane for basketball, and I'm not doing football because, I prioritize my mental health, and I'm not going to look at football right now, even though I was doing pretty good the first few weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move us on to the BTA of the week. Now,
I got 3.
I got 1. And I think we only need 1, okay? The Knicks face the Nets.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah.
The Knicks play the Nets. Dude.
How much did they win by, bro? I was watching the game the whole time on my way back.
If my math serves me right, this says 36 points.
Bro, we put the bench in the like fourth quarter, bro.
Yeah, I watched the highlights. We did.
Yo, it was so bad, bro. It was a serious BTA. I wasn't even paying attention to the game half the time on my way back home.
That was bad. You can even argue last Wednesday against the Timberwolves. And Anthony Edwards returned. No, it wasn't worse, but it was still bad. It wasn't even, they won by 23.
It was even worse because Julius Randle, DiVincenzo, and all of them played, and Ant came back, and Timberwolves fans thought they were going to win when Ant came back. Little did they know.
23.
Jesus. Now
this could be a contender, too. The Knicks are up by 19 against the Grizzlies because it's only halftime.
Knock on wood on that one, Chief. But anyway, a couple of the football ones, just letting you know, a couple BTAs.
Talk to me.
The Rams put BTA against the 49ers. They won 42-26. There was a lot of BTAs this week. Honestly, it was the midday games that were the BTAs. The Lions put BTAs against the Commanders. Sorry, Commanders, but it was 44-22. It got really bad. And then it got to the point where Amara was doing the Trump dance.
I saw that.
Just out of boredom. And then the next one is the Seahawks versus the Cardinals. 44-24.
How many teams scored 40 points?
Hold on. That's not it. That's not it, actually. The Dolphins put BTA against the Buffalo Bills. They won.
Oh, that was my favorite one. I was so happy.
They won 30-13.
I was score watching that.
And last but not least, the Chargers put BTA sadly to the Steelers in a boring ass game and it was 25-10. But I think the main BTA for me personally to see was low key the Dolphins putting BTA against the Bills because the Bills have not been looking good at all.
Personally, I got the Knicks. Shout out my boys, my guys. They doing their thing. It's 77-54. Oh, wow. He almost made that three-quarter court shot.
I thought he made that.
He almost made that. Let's see. The Knicks are up by, I think, 20 right now. Okay. Look at the Knicks.
I think like 23, bro.
Hey, walk past there. Yeah, they're up by 23. All right.
Yeah, BTA.
So we're gonna slowly close this out. Let's talk about our favorite topic, the one that you brought up before. All right.
Let's close it out with Mr. Number 7'5".
Number
7'5" Behemoth.
Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, man.
Let me just double check some things because I didn't have his stats up. All right, cool.
Oh, don't worry, I got you.
All right, let's see. Yesterday, November 10th.
Was it an OT game too?
I think it was.
I think it was an OT game, bro.
I think it was. I'm not sure.
But that OT game, you want to read this off? Or
No,
you
it wasn't.
OT.
It wasn't OT. It wasn't OT.
Okay, you want me to read this off, or you want to read it?
I'll read it in 36 minutes, Mr. Wembanyama. All right, 36 minutes is actually semi-long. It's like average, I guess you could say, for a star player.
Yeah.
38 points, 11 for 19 from the field. Here's the funny one: 6 3-pointers made
out of 9,
12 rebounds, 1 steal, and a cool 5 blocks.
And 5 assists. And 5 assists.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. All right, when I played NBA 2K17 in my career, I used to get 5x5s like it was nothing. This man was about 4 steals away from doing that. And he could still do it. He could do it a couple times this season.
2K, bro, I played my career, bro, making the most unrealistic stats with my 7'5" big, bro. He's just doing it in real life. I'm not gonna lie, this is not right. Like,
an individual should not have 6 threes and 5 blocks on the same stat line.
Honestly, I don't even got nothing else to say about him, bro. I'm speechless. Like,
so we're gonna do this at the end of every episode. I hope you're okay with that, because I just call it glazing, call it meat riding. I really don't care. This is special. This is special, dude.
This is not normal, correct?
It's not normal.
You shouldn't be allowed to do this. Like, 7'5" people are supposed to move slow.
I low-key want to get a Wemby jersey. I'm not gonna lie. I low-key want to get a Wemby jersey.
Low-key, yo, bro, you should not run up to the place and go
at 7'5" and then have 5 blocks. And then have 5 blocks. Same game.
Do your job.
He got 3.9 blocks a game this season in 11 games played. 10 games, 11 games.
It's like telling him, do your job, but it's like, what do you say to him during practice? Hey, Wemby, I like how you blocked that
even
shot.
Better.
But
Go ahead.
Hey, Wemby, so great 3. Actually, no, I can't say nothing about that. Hey, Wemby, great. I just can't say shit to you. Actually, just go play.
Dude, So you remember how a couple weeks ago we were talking about who he was training with? He went with the Monks. He trained with Hakeem.
Yes, I remember.
Jamal Crawford. Talked to Kevin Garnett for some reason. I didn't even see them train. Kevin Garnett was just yelling. I guess
he was
mentality.
getting in that mode.
He was getting in that mode. There's been rumors speculating and reports speculating that he might be getting a new lifting coach. You know who Mark Henry is? All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to episode 10. We really appreciate it. Stay tuned for a lot of our short YouTube shorts, our Instagram reels, and our TikToks. We love you guys so much. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.